very genuine answer that it is the need of time, right? What else? So one wants to increase its package. Surely your package will increase, don't worry. I've seen people package increasing by 80% after adding Python on their resume, so don't worry. That will happen.
I work in IT operations.
Okay.
So I automate most of my stuff with Python right now.
Okay.
But I still have to Google a lot.
Okay. Okay,
so
fine.
I just want to get out of that habit.
Good, good, that's good. So there is another guy who is already using Python. Okay, but while using that, he has to Google a lot to know the things. Okay, because that happens because see there are two approaches. Either you read things and then realize the basic framework, or you understand it from someone who knows it. That helps you to develop or build your base firmly, and then you can use the Python. So you might be using many modules. Yeah, that's good. So we'll have to design some assignments which will be separate for those people who are already using Python.
I'm into testing too.
Okay.
For the past more than 10 years I'm working in testing.
Okay.
And I just want to automate some of the things using Python.
Okay.
So that's kind of a networking based environment.
Okay.
So probably I need to learn about that networking based, how we can integrate the Python scripts. And
Okay.
I'm totally new to this automation.
Okay. 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 That's good. That's good. So it's again the term comes to what? Automation. So people want to learn what? Automation, and that's the need of the hour. If you say that you are a manual tester, nobody will call you. But if you have a Python written in your resume, you'll see that there are many calls. Python is right now widely used in automation. It's not used in application development to that extent because there are some pitfalls which Python has and it is trying to overcome. Once that it overcomes that, you will see that Python gets popular in application development as well. Okay, we'll see that during the course. We'll understand why Python is not that widely used in application development, where performance matters. Okay, yeah. Any other reason? Anyone learning for a hobby? Okay, good. So are you going to do any project? You should do. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You should think of it. If you need Raspberry Pi, let me know. I have it. So don't buy it. You can use mine. Yes. Any other reason? What do you think? Why you want to learn Python? कंपनीची गरज आहे तर म्हणजे काय काळ्या दगडावरची रेखी कंपनीना नाही शिकलं तर हाकलणार आहे. एव्हरीवन अंडरस्टँड्स मराठी. आय नो धर्मा डझंट अंडरस्टँड. ओके, यू ऑल्सो डोंट अंडरस्टँड. Okay. So as Marathi is a native language, right? Few punches are good hits when you use it. So you might find that I am using that language for giving those punches. Okay. So make sure if I enter more into Marathi, just raise your hand so that I will convert my mode to again English. Okay, if that happens, I will make sure that it won't happen. But if that happens, just point it out. Okay. Yeah. You want me to wear it? Okay. So I will just keep it like this. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Okay. So there are a few more coming in. Now I need to wear specs because otherwise they are looking blur. Okay. Yeah. So you all three are from? Okay. So they are. Okay. Fine. You all three are from Veritas? Okay. No, not about area. The company. Yeah. Okay. Fine. You are from? Okay. Fine. Okay. Great. So these two are from Dynamic IT. Okay. Yeah. So I think let's start. So my name is Jitendra Bhattar. I am having total 8 years of experience and I am programming from last 13 years. So I started my programming from 2004. So after college pass out, I took admission to Bachelor's of Computer Science. I did my BCS from PVG. PVG is College of Science. So few of you might be knowing it. Pune Vidyarthi Grah. So I did my BCS from there and then I did MCS from Ferguson. Ferguson everyone knows. Okay. So I did MCS from there. and then through campus I got selected in Persistent. So I worked in Persistent for 2 years. Then later I joined KPIT. KPIT is also, I think it's a known company in Pune, right? Then I worked with Imagination. How many of you have heard about this? This name, Imagination. Okay. How many of you have heard about MIPS? Yeah, MIPS. Okay. How many of you have heard about RISC? Reduced Instruction Set Computing. You cannot deny, because this is there in our college. In our college syllabus, we will first learn this. There is one call. Yes, Bhagyesh, कुठे? Hello? हाँ, कुठे? Okay. So you are at Hatti Ganpati exactly. So from Hatti Ganpati, take the perpendicular road. So which is basically Ganpati is facing to that road, right? Take that road, okay, and then take first left. When you take first left, when you take first left, on right hand side you will find HDFC Bank ATM. So that means your left is right, okay. You come. Yes, Durvanpur is, you come straight. So you will take left, okay. So there will be on the right side HDFC ATM. So after taking left, you have to leave the first corner, and on second left side corner you will find the board of Mahesh Purandare classes. Okay, so come to the second floor. Yeah, okay, bye. Okay, so I was just introducing. So RISC we learn in the very first year of computer engineering or any computer course. You'll learn about RISC, because that's the thing which is led by MIPS, and MIPS is owned by Imagination. Now the thing is different, that Imagination is selling as a whole as a company, because there are some other reasons why they have to sell it out. But how many of you have Apple phones? Okay, raise your hands. Okay, can you tell me which GPU you have, or which GPU is present in your phone? Okay, how many of you are having Android phones? All right, remaining all. Can you tell me which GPU your phone has? That's where you have to change. See, we are from a computer background, and if we don't know what is there in our phone, then what's the use? We should know it. Though it doesn't matter, or it's not going to affect your salary. But as a computer engineer, right, we should be aware of these things. Okay, so these Apple phones have GPU from Imagination. Okay, which is an SGX series. Okay, so just check it out. Those who are using Android phone, they might be having Mali or MediaTek or Arduino. Just check it out. What your phone has, just for knowledge, check it out. So Apple owns 10% stake in Imagination. So Imagination is there. They have a branch in Pune, and I worked with Imagination. I worked for the multimedia domain. So my whole experience is into entertainment and infotainment. That is entertainment inside car. Okay. Right now I'm working with Harman International India Private Limited. So this, which is recently taken over by Samsung, because they wanted to foray into automotive domain, and Harman is the company which is present in all cars. So you will find that in 2019 it's going to come with Maruti. So Maruti has signed with Harman, and there will be my work coming in that product. So Audi, Jaguar, Mercedes, you take any car, you'll find that Harman is present. You take Bugatti bike, you'll find Harman is present there. So that's why Samsung took over it. That's the way basically industry moves. If you want to enter into something, right, and if you're a big fish, you will eat the another big fish and you will enter into that. So we have taken over by Samsung, and right now I'm part of Samsung. Teaching is my hobby, which I started in 2010. Initial days, for first 2.5 years, I used to visit every Saturday, Sunday to Ahmednagar and teach there. Okay. Then in 2012 August, I started in Pune. So you can understand that when I'm telling it is an hobby, there is a passion also. Otherwise, you will find that most of us, right, on Saturday, Sundays we relax. जॉब लागल्यानंतर आपला मोड काय असतो, बस झालं, जॉब मिळाला, पैसे यायला लागले महिन्याला की आराम, right? So I am not into that cat, or I don't like basically sitting idle. So initially I helped my father and brother in their business, but later I realized that Saturday Sunday is not adding any value addition to me as a computer programmer. So I entered into teaching. I was already doing teaching, but it was not that full-fledged. So then I started with a college where I had learned. So I started with PVG and Ferguson. So I started teaching there, and then in 2012 I started teaching in Pune. The core subjects that are fundamental for the computer engineer, those are my likings and I teach them. So I've taught, right now I'm taking C, C++, data structures and Python. These are the two subjects that I'm right now taking. Other subjects that I have taken is design and analysis of algorithms. If you have heard of DA, yes, DA, the short form is DA, Sartaj Sahani and Koroman, right? Those two authors. Then I have taught Unix internals, design and evolution of Unix operating system. Have you heard Maurice J. Bach? Right? So that book. So I have taught that subject. Then have you heard about advanced programming in Unix environment? The author is Tannenbaum. Tannenbaum is the author. Advanced programming in Unix environment. So APUE, upon short form वापरतो college मध्ये. Okay. So I've taught that subject also. So you'll find that some part from that will be covered while teaching Python. So I will be covering the operating system fundamental concepts as well. Though the course is of Python, we will try to understand those underlying concepts as well. Okay. So when we learn file handling, we will see how actually at underlying layer, when we open a file, what all call goes and what all data structures are involved and they get affected. And similarly, it will come to sub-process module, which we learn which is the most important module for automation tester, where they want to run some commands, some scripts on some server, right, and then fetch the output. So that sub-process module plays a vital role in it. So when I teach that, I will be teaching when you double click on an exe, what exactly happens behind the screen. So it will be in one lecture, okay, which actually takes 4 months, or it's actually a complete course, but I will try to give you an overview what exactly happens. You might have a question, sir, काय फरक पडतोय, आज काय होतंय माहिती नसलं तरी काय फरक पडतोय. The difference lies when some fresher comes and asks you की मला हे समजत नाहीये, जरा सांगा, right? And then if you answer, मी जरा बघून सांगतो, there he understands, okay, how much deep you know and how much you don't know. So that's why we should know what is happening behind the screen, okay? And you will find that I try to make sure that you realize those stuff as well, okay? So I'm teaching this, so I started with those subjects and I'm teaching them. Right now I'm teaching these two subjects. Python is something which actually I learned and I taught. So Python is something which was not taught to me by anyone. It's my own efforts and it's my own teaching which has made me to learn it and then teach it. Okay, Python I started teaching in 2013. That was again an incident associated with it. I had actually asked one of my friends to take it, but he denied at that time. And then there were a few students who were actually looking at us that we will take that and then they will understand it. So I decided, okay, I will take it, and then I took it. And then from that, so last 4 years I am teaching Python. I've taken 3 corporate trainings. So I've taken it at QLogic. I've taken it at MSys. Have you heard about MSys? Yeah. So MSys is again a Samsung owned startup, okay, which is into a storage domain, and they are working into this. They are extensively using Python. So I've done corporate training over there. So with this corporate training experience, that has again helped me to grow myself, okay, and that's why if you see the course has evolved. So those who attended first batch or second batch, they will find that there is a considerable difference when they are coming to 9th batch, because I've added advanced Python topics, so which were not there during the first 2-3 batches. So those are added, like advanced Python topics. Have you heard about meta classes? Have you heard about Django framework? Many of you must have heard. The principle behind which Django has been written and the principle on which Django works is meta classes, okay, which comes very later. So usually the trend that I observe is first 2 months, 2.5 months, everyone is enthusiastic, right? They will make sure that they attend everything. But then later they start dropping out. That should not happen. So I'm telling it out of experience that what I've seen and what I'm observing. Okay. 3.5 to 4 months, you need to be committed. Saturday, Sunday, you need to be committed. In a month, if many of us are going out, right, on one of the weekends, like Sunday only, not Saturday, okay, we can give that off. We can take that off, because what happens is this batch has most of the industry crowd, and out of them 70-80% are married. So there are other responsibilities, okay, which actually make them to move out. So if that happens, we will have one Sunday off in a month, okay, just to make sure that you can fulfill your other responsibilities as well. Okay. So that's how my teaching career has grown, and I have been inspired by Dr. Vijay Gokhale. Have you heard his name? Okay, those who have not heard, for them a short introduction about him. He is a medical doctor. Okay, by hobby he is a computer professional. He is master from Apple. He is master from Apple and master from ARM and Red Hat. His master's degree comes from them. Okay, so from Apple there are only, I think now, 135 people who have master's degree from Apple. He is 132nd. Okay, and from Asia he is first. So he is a doctor and he is an astronomer as well, or an astrologer. So he knows astrophysics and he knows astrology. So he teaches, he is into teaching, and from him only I learned Unix operating system, and then I started teaching that. So he's my source of inspiration, and there are many students of him who are right now into teaching, and they are also doing it. Okay. So you should check astromedicomp.org. Astro for astrology, Medi for medical, and comp for computer. So it is the website. You can just see this. These people are very great because they are not very common. प्रत्येक जण 3-3 क्षेत्रामध्ये बाप नाही असू शकत. If you go and right now ask him that these are the diagnosis of the doctor, what medicines should one take, he will give the answer upfront. And same is the case of computer. You take any technology, you take any domain, and you just go and ask him the question. He will not say you की मी पुस्तकात जाऊन बघतो आणि सांगतो किंवा उद्या सांगतो. No, you will have the reply immediate. So अशी लोक खूप कमी असतात. Okay, they are very rare, and these are very high, what do you say, spiritually high powered people also, because that background has to be there to become something like this. आणि तेच तुम्ही एखादी पत्रिका घेऊन जा, तर ही विल ऑल्सो टेल यू की ह्या माणसाचं कधी काय घडलं असेल. ओके, त्यामुळेच ते लेक्चर मध्ये कधी कधी सांगतात की तुम्ही अभ्यास नाही केला तर तुम्हाला प्रॉब्लेम आहे, पण त्यांना प्रॉब्लेम नाही का, पोपट घेऊन ते बालगंधर्वावर बसू शकतात. ओके ओके, सो पोपट म्हणजे पॅरट. ही कॅन टेक पॅरट अँड सिट ॲट बालगंधर्व. यू नो बालगंधर्व ब्रिज? Okay, so on Balgandharva bridge, you will find at the left corner there is one Jyotishi who sits. So he usually gives an example ki if he doesn't study or if he doesn't teach, then also he has an ability where he can take parrot and sit over there. Okay, but what about us? So that's the example that he gives. So you can just have a look at this side. So he is my source of inspiration, and I am teaching that, and I should always make sure that I take his name, because from him I have been inspired. So you'll find that this class or this institute is not the professional exactly what we look in the market. Our main aim is to give knowledge. Okay, main aim is to give knowledge. That's why you'll find the fees are also reasonable. For C data structure, C++, the combined fees is 4,000 rupees. So you can just imagine that we are just doing it for the sake of giving knowledge, not for the sake of making money. So that's the institute, and it is now growing. From last 7-8 years we are growing, and it's going good. Python first batch, there were only 4 students. Now you can see that there are 30-35 students. So that's the strength, or that's the way we are growing. So now let's try to understand. So any questions on this, or then I will give you an overview of Python, or how our course is structured, how we will be moving on. So how our months will be categorized, how we will be moving on, what will be our focus. Okay, how we will move from one module to another. So we'll see that. Prior to that, any question to anyone? So this we will be seeing in Python as well. So every object is associated with these four things: identity, state, responsibility, behavior. Like your identity is your Aadhaar card number, right? Your state is right now you are in a listening mode. So your state is listening. Your responsibility is to learn Python, and how you are achieving by attending the class. Okay. Okay. So tell me, those who know, who is the author of Python? Those who are using it. We should know, right? Don't Google it. Because we are smart enough. Yes? Who is the author of Python? Guido van Rossum. And for our information, this is his college project. Python is his college project. Guido van Rossum is the author or Janak or father of Python. Okay, he wrote Python in 1990s. He started thought on that in 80s. So thought that came to in his mind was in 80s. Why he named Python? So there is also there is no logic behind it. He liked the circus series of Monty Python, a popular circus series. He liked it. That's why he named the language as Python. There is no other reason to it. Okay. So don't try to dig it out. Why Python? Or for Java also, if you are aware, right? Java's native name is Oak. Why it is Oak? Because James Gosling, the author of Java, right, where he used to sit, from his window, he used to see a oak tree. That's why it was named as Oak, and then later it was named as Java. Okay. So Python has been named because he liked that series. That's why he has named it as Python. Okay. So Python is a language which is a multi-paradigm. What I mean by multi-paradigm? So if you try to understand the evolution of languages, you will see that there was first functional programming language, Lisp. How many of you have heard it? Lisp. How many of you have done MCS? Okay. So they must be knowing this, or they must have programmed it, because in MCS we have a programming language, Pragmatics, and in that we learn Lisp and Prolog. Okay. Prolog is an AI-based language. Lisp is a functional language. So Lisp was the first one, which was a functional programming language. So when we see the evolution, you will find that functional programming, procedural programming, writing functions, right? C is a popular procedural programming language, and then object-oriented programming. That is the another paradigm, where we visualize the whole system as multiple objects interacting with each other to achieve the system. Python is a multi-paradigm. It supports all. It supports all. It's procedural, it's functional, it's everything. So if you want to do just procedural, you can do it. If you want to do object-oriented, you can do it. If you want to do functional, you can do it. So it supports all the paradigms. It's a multi-paradigm language. Okay. Python got major releases in different years. Like in 2000, it got one release, which was Python 2.0. Then 2003, 2007, 2008, 10, right? And right now, the major popular versions of Python are 2.7.x and 3.5.x. And you will find that every 2 months, there will be some upgrade to it. Every 2-3 months, there will be some upgrade to it. So in the last batch when I started, I was using 3.5.11. But when I came to end of that batch, it was 3.5.16. Okay. So there are two major versions of Python, 2.7 and 3.x. Actually 3.x, not 3.5 is right now. Okay, but 3.x. is the actual major releases of Python. These two are, so 3.x is not backward compatible with 2.7. 3.x is not backward compatible with 2.7, and neither same applies to that. See, whatever you write in 2.7 will not work in 3.x as it is. So you will find that in some of the companies right now the work is going is porting things which are written in 2.7 to 3.x. Okay, that kind of work is also there. These are the two major releases that are there, and we'll be, now the question will come, sir, आपण काय शिकणार? We'll be learning both in parallel. We'll be learning both in parallel. So whenever we, so those who prefer 2.7, they can work on 2.7. Those who want to work on 3.5, they can work on 3.5. Okay. Because you'll understand, so yes, one of the reason is in 3.5, it's a completely pure object oriented. Whereas in 2.7, still there is a lack of object orientation. Okay, that is one of the reasons. There are few more reasons which you might not get it now, like method resolution order. When you have inheritance, right, if there are multiple base classes and there is a derived class, right, then if you want to invoke a method, in which order the method should be resolved. Okay, whether to go to first derived or second derived or third derived or derived parent, how it should happen, that is a difference. So in 2.7 by default it was not there, so they added object class which made it compatible with 3.5 version. Okay, so we'll see those things. There are many things. Then when I say about meta classes also, or there are smaller things like print statement. So in 2.7, if you don't give print bracket, right, it will work, but same code will not work in 3.x. So first error that people fix is changing this to bracket. Now you might say, sir, bracket टाकल्यावरती काय दोन्हीकडे चालतं का? Yes, bracket works at both places. Bracket works at both places. Okay, so we'll see all those things, how the constructors are to be invoked. There are many things. Okay, so we'll be working on both our file handling also when we learn, right? So we'll be seeing there is a difference between 2.7 and 3.5 modules, which we use for performing file operations. Okay, so we'll understand it gradually, the differences, and that is one of the interview question also. What is the difference between 2.7 and 3.5 or 3.x? Okay, so you will come to know it. We'll be looking, those who want to work on 2.7, they are free. Those who want to work on 3.x, they are free. I use both, okay, depending on the programs and depending on showing you the differences. Okay, then if you ask me, should we go for some IDE? So you can download PyChar. It is one of the popular IDE for Python. Okay, or those who are familiar with Eclipse, they can download the Eclipse plugin. I prefer VI editor. Okay, I will prefer Notepad++. Why? Because when you use Notepad++, there is no IntelliSense. Dot दिला किंवा फंक्शनचं नाव लिहिलं की आर्ग्युमेंट येत नाही. You have to go and see it and then put it. But if you go for Eclipse or if you go for PyCharm, what will happen is when you write the name of the function, you will find that it shows you how many arguments it takes. And then what happens? We don't put much effort to understand them. किंवा आपल्याला ते लक्षात राहत नाही मग का? तो already देतो ना, we forget it. So I will prefer or I will recommend you to go for Notepad++ and VI editor, those who are on Linux environment. Okay, so that's the next feature of Python. Python is like it write once, run everywhere. So if I write a Python script on Linux and I want to run it on Mac, will it work as it is? Most of the part will work as it is. Okay, if I want to run it on Windows, it will work on Windows. Provided you are not using operating system specific modules. Okay, it will work as it is. So Python is like multi-platform language. You take that script and run it on your mobile. On mobile also we have a Python installer. You can download them and you can run actually the Python code on it. Okay, you can write on mobile. Those who don't have laptop or if they find there is a limitation because they cannot bring laptop or they have a desktop so they cannot bring it, they can do it on mobile as well. Okay, there are people who have done it and there are people who are doing it. So you can also do it. So Python, what happened later? So when this language was getting designed, right, it had a multiple paradigm support. So that helped actually people to contribute more to it. You'll find that the open source contribution to Python is humongous, considerable. Every day, every now and then, there are new modules that are getting added to Python, and they are making the Python more, reusable. Okay, you don't have to write more, but you have to just use whatever has been written. So if you think about Python, or when we consider C, right, to learn C, we know the course structure. किंवा C चं आपल्याला माहिती आहे, डेनिस रिचीचं पुस्तक, त्याच्या बाहेर जाणार नाही, right? But Python is not like that. Python is like an ocean. Okay, and what I teach you to how to swim in that. If you learn that, you will understand that Python is a very easy language and you can actually swim in it very well. Okay. So now if you see, how many of you are not in touch with programming from last 2-3 years? Do raise your hands. Okay, so you'll find that there are considerable number. And how many of you are into programming but not in Python, but into programming? Okay, good. So others are into Python programming, right? So now if you see the crowd, right, we have a mixed crowd where there are people who are not into programming, there are people who are into programming, there are people who are into Python programming. Okay, so the design of the course has been in such a manner to, it has been designed in such a manner to consider everyone, okay, so that those who are not into programming, they also get to the same level, and those who are into programming, they get more, or they get more clarity onto the depthness. Okay, so the first 2 months, usually 1.5 to 2 months, our focus will be more onto programming, more onto developing our thinking. The main problem that we face while writing program is thinking. Language is just like a changing a dress, but the thinking is something which you cannot change, which needs to be developed. For example, writing a prime number program. Tell me I can do that in C, I can do it in C++, I can do it in Java, I can do it in Python. I can do it in all the languages. Does the logic of checking whether it is prime or not changes? It remains the same. Go till number by 2, keep on dividing, divide with only odd numbers. If it is getting divided by a number, then it is not a prime number. What is a prime number? A number which is divisible by 1 and itself. Now, is this logic changes with the language? No. What changes? The syntax, how we write it. How we write in Python, how we write in Java, how we write in C++. Okay, so our main first 1.5 months will be to learn the Python syntax and to learn the programming. So once we are done with that, so we start with, basically, if any language we learn, so we start with hello world. So we will do that mostly today. Then we learn data types. Then we learn operators, right? Then we learn control flow. What do you mean by control flow? So the structs which are useful to control the flow of execution, they fall under what? Control flow. So sequence of statements is also what? Flow of control. If else, that is branching, is also what? Flow of control. That is selection. पाऊस पडत असेल किंवा आज तुमचं सिलेक्शन काय is date 9 July and time is 8, start for class. That was your selection. Those who didn't came, they had some different priority. So it was like if else if. Okay, that's the selection. So we'll learn those. Then something we repeat. So those who will be continuing, right, or those who think that they should continue the course, so they will be repeating it on every Saturday and Sunday. So what is that? Running in a loop. That's the for loop or while loop. Right? We'll see whether while is there here or not. But that's the control flow. Then another thing that comes in control flow is recursion, a function calling itself. It's again what? Flow of control. Okay, so you'll be seeing all those constructs in this. Okay, how they are syntactically placed in Python, and what do they mean, how to use them. So there will be programs which will be surrounded around this. Okay, so once we learn control flow, so this actually covers what you say basic of any language. You will find that these things are placed in any language. You take any language, that's the flow that one should go to understand better. Then comes the different modules like understanding command line arguments. So anybody has used argparse or OPTparse? Okay, those who have written Python scripts, have you passed any commands to your script? So were they positional commands, or they were like when I do ls minus l, were they positional, or they were like you had some option and then you wrote it? I think they must be positional if you are not aware of argparse and OPTparse. How you have given? Just dot Python space script name or dot slash and then arguments list? So that is the positional arguments. So we will see. So command line arguments. What is command line arguments? The arguments which are given while running the script as an input to it while launching. One is you take input later. One is you take input later when the script is running. Another approach is you take input or you pass input to the script while you start the script. That is a command line arguments. Okay. If you can recall some part of C, right? Int main, int argc, comma, char star, argv square bracket. How many of you can recall? Okay. So that argc is what? Arguments count. And that argv is what? List of arguments which are coming on command line. Okay. So while launch of application, the arguments that you pass, they are treated as what? Command line arguments. Okay. Now while launch of application, most of us are aware about config files. Every application has some configuration file. Instead of giving it on command line, when the application starts, we read the configuration file and then we set up our application based on that configuration. Okay. So once we learn this, we'll be going to file handling. And when we go to file handling, we'll be understanding config files also. इथे माझं एक गोष्ट राहिली सांगायची. So in data types, right? Once we learn with data types and operators, we will be looking at containers in Python. That's again an important stuff. So this things will come together like list, tuple, string, dictionary, and few more. But these are the basics, based on which others are derived. What is a list? List is a dynamic array. What is a dynamic array? An array which can grow at runtime. C मध्ये आपण static array लिहितो, int a of 10. Right? What is a tuple? Tuple is again a list, but it is immutable. म्हणजे काय? You cannot change the data. It's constant. String is what? Set of characters. Again, string as a whole is immutable. So you cannot change one of the character in the string. Okay. Then what is the हे आपल्याला बघायचं आहे. We'll be doing considerable assignments on this as well. Okay. Then comes the dictionary. This is the most important stuff. Why? It's a key value pair. Now when you do a config file parsing, you actually have a key and equal to value, right? Something like you have a, if you have seen config file syntax or any config file, you'll find that it is something equal to something. Like IP address equal to 10.10.1.6. Port number equal to something. And you have this in what? A config file. So you might have a multiple sections in a config file. You read that and then you go to those respective IP addresses and run some commands. So basically how to parse this file. So we'll be first parsing on our own and then we will understand how Python provides us a module which makes our life easy. So we don't have to worry about parsing the line by line, but we can use the Python built-in module which can help us to achieve that. So file handling will be our next focus. to understand file handling. Okay, then once we understand file handling, so this actually brings you to a level where everyone starts programming and everyone's thought process is developed. Okay, then the focus shifts to the understanding Python modules and understanding object-oriented programming. Okay, so we'll spend time on this, understanding object-oriented programming. One of the lecture of object-oriented programming is like it applies to all the languages. You take any language, you'll find that those concepts apply as it is on that. Okay, so object-oriented programming, how we do it in Python, right? Then the module comes as RE. What is RE? Regular expressions. काही जणांना already tension आलं. Don't worry, you are at right place, you will understand it. You will write your own RE, that's my guarantee. Okay, it's simple. It's actually fun and it's simple. Just that की आपण कधी विचार करत नाही किंवा कोणी आपल्याला सांगितलेलं नसतं ते सोपं करून म्हणून आपल्याला अवघड वाटतं. That's it. So we find it difficult because nobody explains us in a simpler way. That's why it's difficult. But it's very simple model. So we'll go through the RE. Okay, regular expressions is the most important module because at the end, when you are doing an automation, you are playing with the data, you are processing with the data. So you want to parse the data, and when you want to parse the data, the most handy thing that comes is regular expression. सगळ्यात useful गोष्ट काय असेल तर regular expression. It makes your parsing logic very simple and very easy. Okay, so we'll be going through regular expression module, then we'll be going through subprocess, multi-threading, we'll understand. So here we will understand the limitations of Python when we consider multi-threading. Okay, there are some limitations, there are some drawbacks, and that's the reason why Python is not in application development more popular. So we'll understand those. Subprocess is a very important module which helps you to run commands through a program. So it's like if you have heard about fork system call or child process, parent process, child process, right? So we use fork to spawn a child process, and then we do exec in C to basically overlay the address space with the new program. So you'll understand those stuff. We'll do the practice using subprocess module. Okay, we'll run some commands, we'll see their output, right? We'll redirect those outputs and do processing on it. So we'll be going through that. Then we'll be going through RE, subprocess. So multi-threading I have already mentioned, yes. Then few modules. So once we come to this place, right? So everyone comes to the same level of programming knowledge. Then what remains is what? Understanding the features of Python. Understanding the modules that Python provides and how to use them. So there are modules like Pickle. It's for serialization, deserialization. So when you are sending data over a network, it must be serialized because it has to be what? A stream of bytes. Network varti, when anything flows, it's what? Stream of bytes. For network, it doesn't matter whether it is a \n or it's a dictionary or it's just a set of characters. So how we can do that? Serialization, deserialization in Python. Then we'll be looking at how we can create our own package in Python, how to install. So from here we'll be understanding modules, packages. What is a module? That module actually will come over here only. Any Python script that we write is a module. Okay. हे शिकताना इथेच आपण अजून एक गोष्ट बघणार म्हणजे main and entry point function, whether it is present in Python and how it is present in Python, how we can use it, what's the purpose of it. Okay, as Python is a scripting language, so those who are aware, right, scripting languages are usually what? Interpreted. So an interpreted language never has a main because the interpretation starts from the very first line. What is interpretation? Read one line, compile, execute. Read second line, compile, execute. Read third line, compile, execute. So still Python has main, and how it should be used, we'll see that. Those who are already using Python, those who are already looking at some scripts written in Python, they will find their main. Okay, so we'll come to know how to use them. So we look at these utils, modules, packages, then we'll be looking at, so there are few more modules like database handling. So again, these all will be giving you an example and how to use them, how to use those modules. Okay, databases, XML, HTML. These modules don't take time because they are examples. Their syntax is predefined how to use them. Like for database, you have to call a connect method so that it opens a connection with the database. Then you have a connection object. Then you should get a cursor for it and execute the queries like insert, update. Okay, so these usually don't take much time. They are simple. They are examples. So they help you to understand how they can be used. Okay. Then we'll be looking at these things. List comprehension, lambdas. How many of you have heard about it? Lambdas. Anonymous functions. A function with no name is an anonymous function. How we can write that in Python? Okay. So have you come across lambda? Okay. So we'll be using lambda, or we'll be learning lambdas. Then iterators, generators, decorators, metaclasses. हे समजायला, to understand this, जे काही आधी घेणार, that should be done well. If you do this well, you will find these things very easy. If you do the practice for whatever the assignments are given, you will find that these are actually powerful mechanisms, okay, and they come under advanced concept, but they are very powerful. And the most of the Python frameworks, they exploit these capabilities, and that's why they are difficult to understand. Django patkan samjhat nahi. Why? Because it is using the advanced concept, and then we don't basically understand that easily. Okay. Sorry. Is this clear? Okay. So overall, we will be positioned like this. There will be many other modules that will come in. Okay. These are the few that I have listed. Few more that will come in, and the course is like a flexible course. So if someone is not getting some module and he is using it in his project, right? And if we find that that module is actually helpful to everyone, we'll make sure that that also gets added into the list and we cover it. Okay. So it's not like rigid syllabus की मी एवढंच शिकवणार किंवा हेच आपण बघणार, याच्या बाहेरचं काही विचारायचं नाही, याच्या बाहेरचं काही सांगणार नाही. It will not happen like that. Okay. Because you will find that बाकीचे classes काय करतात मी सांगायची गरज नाही. Okay. So in one of the batch I had taken how we can parse an exe file, because those crowd was from Quickhill and they wanted to actually do P file parsing. That exe parsing is done through P file parsing module. Okay. So I explained them, but it's just that I will have to just look at it. If I don't know it, I will learn it and I will explain you. So don't worry about that. Teaching is also a process of learning. So I am also into a continuous learning mode, and you will be also into the same. Okay. Clear? Any question on this? Any question or any suggestion or anything you think ki nahi he apan adi घेऊया हे नंतर घेऊया, किंवा ते it actually it's all runtime things which we can do back and forth. Okay, but bringing everyone on same page, this will bring. We will cover it virtually NV. Okay, we'll cover it. फक्त काय होतं, we'll cover that later because पहिले normal environment समजलं पाहिजे, then the virtual environment. We'll cover it. That is again an helpful thing. There is one model. म्हणजे basically why he pointed out that, let's say you want to run Python 2.3 script, 2.7 scripts also and 3.5 scripts also. Now what happens when you are doing that, if your Python is by default, usually you will find that Python will be by default, Python command will be set to 2.7. Now if I am running a 3.x script, right, what happens is I get an error. Why? Because by default it points to Python 2.7. So by having a virtual environment, we can actually set up or we can toggle between the environments without worrying about where we are executing. Whether it is if it's a 3.x script, it will run with 3.x. If it's a 2.x script, it will run with 2.x. सुरुवातच पहिल्या दिवसापासूनच Python script. From the day one, it will be Python script. Any .py file is what? Python script or a Python module. Yes, anything else? Any questions, any doubts you have? Any doubts? Had anyone thought about what content they are looking for? Actually, in message I've mentioned the content also. Okay, some modules might not have been listed over here, but they will be covered. Like शेवटी नंतर how I can call from C a Python module. We'll see that. पण तसा immediate आपल्याला उपयोग होईल असं नाही. But for fun we will look at it. Data structure, if you are like focusing on stack, queue, right? So we will be doing assignments. Okay. When we learn list, we'll be writing our own stack implementation. We'll be writing our own queue implementation, not graph and graph implementation. Okay. Because data structure, then if I start with graph, right, then it will be the completely different thing. Hashing, yes, dictionary is a hashing. So we'll be looking at hashing. Object, or when you look at the class, right, everything in Python is an object. And the memory layout of an object is a hashing. It's a dictionary. Yes. So we will, you will not find MSDN, but there is python.org, okay, which is as good as MSDN. And while learning this module packages, right, we will learn about the utilities which we should use to install third-party Python modules. For example, I want to do HTML parsing, okay, and for doing HTML parsing, I Google that which module I can use in Python, and I find that Beautiful Soup is a module which is widely used. So I decide to use it. Now to use it, I need to have a setup of it. That Python script of Beautiful Soup should be with me at my machine, but it's not there. Then how you can install it? Using pip install. So we'll be learning that when we learn this. Either pip install, or then it depends on the environment. On Ubuntu, you might find that through apt-get also we can do it, because that apt-get servers have cloned with the respective things. Like for database, we use MySQLDB module, right? For say doing a setup, you can do on Ubuntu sudo apt-get install python-mysqldb. So it brings Python's MySQLDB and does the setup on your environment. On Windows, you might go with pip install and then the name of the module, MySQLDB. So it will perform the setup. Anything else?
So as the syntaxes are changing, it depends on the OS. So which OS will be using over here?
You can go see. Yeah, that's good. So few things like sub-process module, right? Sub-process module is well understood on Linux environment. Okay. So for that, we will need Linux environment. You can have it in a VM also. That's fine. Okay. Other than sub process, most of the modules, right, all will work on both. Okay, all will work on both. You are free to use the operating system you choose. Okay, I prefer Linux, so you'll find that my machine is also Linux. But it's free choice. It's a cross-platform. So if I say कि फक्त Linux है तो वापरा, then you will have a question. You are telling cross-platform and at the same time you are restricting us to Linux. So I won't restrict you. Okay, but I prefer Linux because then I can actually use the capabilities of operating system. Windows Varti, if I have to use capabilities of Windows, it's already a closed operating system. It doesn't expose as many things. So then the problem happens is I should then know the commands, many things of Windows, which usually we are not aware. Whereas if you go on Linux, your basic commands तर आपल्याला सगळ्यांना माहितीच असतात. ls, ps, top. वापरलेत काय? So हेच आता तुम्ही सांगा बरं विंडोज वरती काय वापरतो? If I want to see the list of processes, tell me command. Okay, hold on. Tell me command. I don't want task manager. आता म्हणाल control alt delete task manager. किंवा right click on the ps is a command on Linux for process listing. Right? What about Windows? See, you all are Windows preemie, most of you, right? And still you are not aware about it. The command is task list. Okay, but again, that's why I said, right? It's better when we come to a command line environment. Linux provides you more features and capabilities. Okay, so my preference would be Linux. It's up to you what you want to prefer. To understand sub-process, you will need Linux. To understand sub-process, you will need Linux.
I personally don't use it, but companies are mostly asking for libraries like SciPy and Panda. So where does that fit?
Okay, so when we learn this, right? So Panda library, if you see, it's like a wrapper over the Python basics. Okay, and what it does is it provides you the syntax like creating an array. Now, when we learn this, to create an array, we'll have to go with list. But pandas or NumPy, they will have their own built-in, which are wrapper over this. So they fall under the like modules and packages. Okay. Once we reach this part, right? Once we reach to this part, you'll understand that using Python modules is the very simple thing. And the Python help, the man pages that Python itself provides, that is more than sufficient to learn and proceed. दुसरी कुठली गुगलची हेल्पची गरजच नाही पडत. Provided you will need help of Google to realize which module to use. Once you know the module name, other than that, you will not need help of Google. Because when you do a help on that module, you will get the complete proper description of the methods, what arguments to be passed, right? What it returns, how it is to be called. You will find everything. Python help is sufficient, very sufficient. Anything else? Any question? Anything you had in mind, or hope this clears how the course is structured and how we'll be moving on? Right? Clear to everyone? Any other question anyone has? Yes.
We are into networking.
Yeah.
So we are mostly concentrating on Paramiko modules.
Okay. Okay.
Anything that will be helpful.
Okay. We will take that. We'll add Paramiko to our list.
Just to add into that, so mostly it is the OS based, right? Platform based. So is there anything from Python we have pre-boot environment related?
Pre-boot environment.
Before the booting itself, like the configuration of the system and everything. That thing should we have in Python? Because basically I have pre-boot environment. So
Okay.
So we won't be going till the OS level.
You will not be going to?
Till the OS.
Okay. So prior to that only. Okay.
Is there anything?
I will check. We'll check it. You aware of anything?
We use Fabric for most of the system.
Okay.
So if it is related to before
Booting.
as well,
Okay.
can mostly do.
Okay. 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 We'll check. Anything else? So is this clear? Clear to everyone? This is how our course is structured and this is how we will be moving. Okay. The duration will be 3.5 to 4 months. Okay. It takes that. The duration is not like fixed. If it takes some time, some more time, I'm absolutely fine with it. Okay. Because our purpose is to understand thoroughly. Okay. The timings will be Saturday, Sunday, 9:30 to 11:30. So the first lecture we started at 9, but from the next week we will be starting at 9:30 because prior to 9:30 I have another class, that C++ course. Okay, so that C++ lecture will be going on. Okay, that will be starting at 7:45. So I will be here from that. So we'll be starting at 9:30 to 11:30. Okay, Saturday and Sunday both. That will be our timing, and I think most of you usually want to relax on Saturdays and Sundays, right? So I hope this time is fine. It should be fine. It's not that early also. I'm not calling you at 7 o'clock. Okay, 9:30 is a decent timing, and it's good also because when we finish early, right? So you can go and spend the remaining day with your family. That will be our timing. The fees are 5,000 rupees for industry people, and for students it's 500 rupees discount, just to make sure that because they are not paying from their pocket, they are not earning, so have a less burden on their family, okay, or on their parent. That's why it's 500 less, okay. And if you see over the period, what had happened is, as I'm not that professional, right, people take disadvantage of it. And I've already lost one Harley Davidson because of that. And now I don't want to miss on another Harley Davidson. Okay. So the amount of fees that have been not paid by students, it amounts to the cost of Harley Davidson. So I could have bought one Harley Davidson, at least 750cc. Okay. Now I don't want to miss on that. And the fees are reasonable. You go anywhere in this Pune area, you'll find that for basic, till this part, I'm not talking about this further, till this part, they will charge you somewhere around 5,000 to 6,000. They will not take this. And you'll find that the durations, few people have restriction. Usually we think that 2-2.5 महिने असेल तर काही वाटत नाही. That's on your front, your thinking is right. But on knowledge front, it is not right. If you want to learn thoroughly, you have to give time. Okay. 2-2.5 महिन्यात मी शिकवीन, पण जर का समजलं नाही तर उपयोग काय? What's the use of that teaching? Okay. And I don't want to see the faces which are blank. Okay. I don't like that. I can make out from the faces of the people that how many of you are understanding, how many of you are pretending you are understanding. Okay. So that experience has taught me, you can also come and stand over here and you will also realize how many of you are getting and how many of you are not. Okay. So that's why the fees are kept reasonable, but students have forced me to add some rules to it. Okay. And I am forced by them, not by I don't like it. Okay. But I am forced. So those who complete it by next week, it will be 5,000. Okay. Those who pay in installment or those who complete after that, it will be 6,000. Okay. First installment, परत हे सगळे मला बिलकुल आवडत नाहीये, but I am helpless. Okay. First installment should be paid by next week or max next to next week. Those who want to pay in installment. Okay. So these are the rules. Few of you might be aware. Those who are my students, right? They are aware of how things go on and how students basically try to not to pay, and then they will just come and sit the part that they want and then they will leave. And I am not like की पहिल्या दिवशीच पैसे टाक. Or you will find that registration ला 500. You find everywhere, right? Those who are professional. Registration fee is 500. First lecture fee is 500. Then नंतर तुम्ही या नका येऊ, they don't care. Okay, so that will not happen over here. So I am not that professional on it, and I believe that if I am committed and I am genuine, I expect my students to be like that. Okay, and you can call me by my name Jitendra, because I am not I think we all might be of very similar age. I'm right now 30. I have a 1-year-old kid. His name is Samartha. So I spend my remaining time with him. So you can call me Jitendra. No need to call me sir. Okay, you can call me freely Jitendra. Is this clear? Clear to everyone? So I hope timings are clear. I hope about fees it's clear. I will now, once we take the Hello World program, I will pass my laptop. Okay, put your name, email ID, roll number, or not roll number, mobile number, and your company name. Okay, so I will create a Google group. We use Google group. I will give right permissions to everyone so that if there is something related to Python, you can also share. Okay, other than that, no hello, no happy Diwali messages should be there on that. Okay, it should be a pure Python group. Okay, that's the protocol of our group that we should follow. Okay, so I will pass it. I think there is some student calling, so I will just take it. Namaskar. हाँ 11:30 वाजता या मग. तिचं लेक्चर विल बी स्टार्टिंग ॲट 11:30. सो 11:30 ला या तुम्ही. ॲड्रेस माहिती तुम्हाला? हां 11:30 ला या मग. येस ओके. फीज इज 4000 फॉर C डेटा स्ट्रक्चर आणि C++ इन्क्लुसिव्ह. हां ओके या ओके. Again some student. बोल. सीचं विचारत असेल तर 11:30 ला ये म्हणून. So we'll start with the Hello World. Okay. Hello World.py. Any Python script should end with the extension .py. The way C programs end with .c, C++ end with .cc or .cpp, Java end with .java, Python ends with .py. Okay. As we are saying that our astrophysicians, astronomers are trying to check scientists that whether the other Earth exists or not, right? So instead of moving to hello or writing hello world, let's go to hello universe. So let's try to understand what is this hash. Hash is actually a single line comment in Python. Hash is a single line comment in Python. But here, when this hash is written on the first line followed by not, it becomes a shebang line. It becomes a shebang line. If you have written shell scripts, you must have noted hash not slash bin slash sh. Okay. So this hash not together, when it is present on first line, it is known as shebang line. Now what exactly it tells? It tells to your command line or command prompt that whatever has been specified next should be used to execute the statements. Whatever has been specified next should be used to execute the statements. So this slash user slash bin slash Python is the path of Python executable. Okay. Now those who are going to do it on Windows, so when you do a setup of Python, right, you will find that python.exe is present in Python 2.7 bin folder. So you will do what? C:/Python 2.7/ bin/ that respective python.exe. that path should be written over here. Okay. Then next is a print statement. Okay. This is a built-in function. We are just using it. Okay. Whatever next is given to it is a constant string. Constant string is also known as literal. This is a built-in function which deals with output.
विंडोज वरती पायथन एक्झिक्युटेबल पाथ वेगळा असतो ना?
हो, तेच सांगितलं मी तुला. इथे काय असेल तुझ्या इथे, तू जिथे पायथनचा सेटअप केलाय सी कोलनला असेल तर C:/python27/bin नावाचं फोल्डर असेल, त्याच्या आतमध्ये python.exe नावाची एक्झिक्युटेबल असेल. ही लाईन नाही दिली तरी चालते का? इफ यू डोंट गिव्ह दिस लाईन स्टिल थिंग्स विल वर्क. बट देन व्हॉट्स द इम्पॉर्टन्स ऑफ दिस लाईन? लेट्स ट्राय टू अंडरस्टँड. हे क्लियर आहे? दिस मच इज क्लियर, राईट? नाउ हाऊ टू रन दिस? The next question is how to run this. So when you write, you saved it, right? Now you go to your command prompt. You go to your command prompt, right? On Windows, you have, if you are using idle, right? You'll find that you have a F5 key. So by pressing F5, it executes. Okay. You can skip that and actually go to command prompt on Windows also. Go to command prompt, go to the directory in which you have written this, or remain in the directory where you are. Just make sure that you can run this program either like this, python.exe, or on Linux, python space hello_world.py, and just hit enter. So you'll find that it prints what? Hello universe. It prints what? Hello universe. Now when I give this, right, this line is actually ignored because I have explicitly given what should be used. By giving this line, you make a provision to make this script self-executable. By writing this line, by writing this shebang line, you make a provision where this file can be made as self-executable. What is self-executable? Double click केली की run झाली पाहिजे. Okay, so this line is important to make it what? Self-executable. When you don't write this line, the syntax has to be this. Otherwise, it will not run. When you don't write the shebang line, right, you'll have to execute it like this only. And when you write shebang line, if you try to execute like this, shebang line will be ignored because you have explicitly said which command should be used to execute the statements written in it. Okay. Now, so what is other way to run it? Other way to run it is /hello_world.py. Now when you are doing /, have you specified what to use? No. That's why your command prompt says ki mala hi line pahiye, I need this line, because that line will tell me what to execute or what should be used to execute the statements underlined. Okay, that's why this line is important to execute like this. This is self-executable. /a.out. सीता program आपण run करतो. Okay, then for this is first step, and there is one more step. What is that? There is a chance that your file is not having executable permission. So you might get an error while running this that it's not an executable or it is not having executable permission. So prior to this, what you should do? chmod or +X is also fine, or 0777, okay, hello_world.py, hello_world.py. Now can anyone tell me what is this 7? Read, write and execute. Why 3 times? Not root. Owner, group and others. the first 7 corresponds to owner. Okay, second 7 to group, and third 7 to others. So this 7 is actually total of 4 plus 2 plus 1. 4 is read, 2 is write, and 1 is execute. Right? So when they designed, right, when the Dennis Ritchie was designing the operating system, okay, he didn't took 3. Why? If he had given 3 as read, what would have happened? When you give 3, it means either this or this. That's why they took it what? 4. समझ रहे क्या? They could have taken it 3, right? 1, 2, 4 का, 1, 2, 3 का नहीं. Why not 1, 2, 3? The reason is 2 plus 1 is 3. So when you want to give combine, whether to give write, execute or read, there would have been a confusion. That's why the next incremental number is what? 4. And this 0 is for octal. Or this 0, if you are using sticky bit or if you are aware of that thing, sticky bit वगैरह का, have you heard about it? Okay, so that can be changed using this position. So your program will run. Now when you do this, you'll find that it prints hello universe. Or when you double click, you'll find that it opens the prompt and show you hello universe. Clear hai? Clear to everyone? Any question on this? So this is a simple hello world program. Okay, let's try to add something more to it. Let's just add to accept our name and print hello our name. Okay, now the next important thing is how to accept an input. On 2.7 there are different methods. On 3.x there is a different way. On 2.7 there are 2 methods. On 2.7 we have 2 methods, raw input and input. My recommendation, never go for raw input, because raw input doesn't work in 3.x. Okay, so don't go for raw input. Raw input, the word itself suggests whatever is going to come will be treated as what? Raw stream of bytes. And input will actually convert. If you are entering integer, it will treat it as integer. If you enter in double quotes, it will treat it as string. Okay, so we will be using always input, but for your information, I am just explaining what is raw input. Raw input, for it, everything is what? Raw, stream of bytes. मैं तुम्हें string मध्ये जर का comma दिला, if you give comma in string, that comma is still what? A raw stream of bytes, a raw character. Okay, we'll explore more later. Okay, for time being, just we will have one thing. Name is equal to input, enter name. So this is a combination of printf and scanf. Printf, scanf, C. Okay. So input la argument that you give becomes what? Shown as a output to user, or a prompt on this shown as a text on user prompt. So you will get that name in this and then just print what? Print hello plus name. You can edit this or you can write another accept.py. Just run it and get the feel that Python is telling you hello, or it's saying you, greeting you with hello. Provided you put your name. Are you able to run? Those who are having the laptops. Kyle, what happened?
I'm not able.
What it is showing?
So actually I saved my file over here.
Okay.
And if I go,
You have given hyphen, right? Just change it to underscore. Yeah.
Okay.
Go in folder. Edit. Yeah. Don't use hyphen. That's not the valid separator. Yeah. Now run it. Go to terminal. Yeah. Yeah. Just Python space hello. That script name. Whatever you have given. Hit tab. Hit tab. Why you are typing everything? Tab. So H is not, your H is capital, I think. Give H caps. Yeah, enter. Okay, good. So those who are running, are you able to run it? Right? It's a simple thing. Okay, simple program. Clear to everyone? Is this clear? Okay. Now just last question. Those who are using Python, for them to answer first. Is Python compiled or interpreted? Or both? Yes? Okay. It's a scripting language. So most of us will answer what? It's interpreted. Because scripts are always what? Interpreted. You take example of PHP, right? You take any scripting language, they are usually what? Interpreted. But Python is both. Python is both. It's compiled as well as interpreted. So in the next lecture, we'll be going through the same stuff. What do we mean by compilation? What do we mean by interpretation? What exactly happens when the compilation happens? What Python does at compile time? What Python does at interpretation time? Okay, we'll see those stuff, and then we start with the basic data types, number representation, how the memory is laid out in Python. Now many things that I haven't yet explained, like who all uses Python? You take any big name. AWS. Backend is Python, right? You take Google's YouTube service. Backend is Python. Okay. So when I cover the name of two companies, the whole world gets covered. So Python is that popular, and any language, when it becomes popular, the backing is more important. Okay. Android became popular because it was backed by Google. Okay. So that's the impact that backing can create. With a 0% market share in 2009, it's now 77% market share. And the one which had 77% market share, it is at 2%. Okay. Now hope that anyone has purchased Nokia's Android phone? Okay. So still Nokia has to get in. But Nokia will get in. Surely they will come up. But that's the thing that happens when there is a strong backup behind you. Strong backing behind you, which actually moves you to a completely different paradigm. Okay. So Python has that backing. All are using it and all will be using it. Those who are not using, they will come to Python. If you know Symantec, right? 2 years back, they decided that everything, whatever new happens, will happen in Python. Prior to that, they were using Perl. So that's the decision that happens across the organization level. And Symantec is one of the popular company in storage and security. So you'll find, huh? Now it is only security. Storage has gone to Veritas. Yeah, I know you will say that we are now a different company, but still you are owned by same parent. Or sold out? Sold out? Okay, great. Okay. Then you are separate. I'm sorry. Okay. Now Symantec is only security. Okay. Is this clear? Clear to everyone? Okay. So any questions? So I'm passing my laptop and I'm creating one Excel sheet.